You arise from the mist. Heaven Letter number 4811. January 26, 2014. You grew up learning to judge. You were taught that this is good and that is bad. You also learned that you were good and bad. What a thing to learn at such an early age. You were good when you smiled and bad when you cried. Besides that, you received mixed messages perhaps. It was good to be quiet and sometimes not. It was good to speak up and sometimes not. You were taught not to listen to your heart. You were taught to repress. To play in mud was not good. To play in sand was permissible, all because of something called dirty and something else called clean. You were told to always tell the truth, and you learned a need to protect yourself by telling a lie. And yet you grew up often without acquainting yourself with what you learned. You may be the last to know. What you learned and who you really are two different things. You were always good. Innocence was not actually considered good. There was so much you had to know and so much you had to be taught, said the world. And so you were misguided. And, yet, you grew up and you learned some truth along the way. Your soul cannot be denied, beloveds. You are a-okay despite everything you may believe. Regardless of what you have been taught, you are you. You are as I made you. And the time comes when the made of you, the pretend image of you, the misrepresentation of you, disappears. This is when you rise as you are, the you as you were always meant to be. No longer must you carry the debris of the past. You are your own choice now. So choose. Let go of your supposed past and progress to the simple unadulterated you. This is progress, not regress. Or, if it be regress, then it is regress to the present, beloveds, and you will know who you are. Your wholeness complete. What do edicts and paste-ons have to do with you? Not anymore. You arise from the mist, and you are pure soul. The pure soul of you rises from the mud you were perhaps not allowed to play in. You so wanted approval. I approved of you the moment I had a thought of you. In life, perhaps you were denied the truth of you so that you could see it afresh, so that you could come to know yourself and go beyond the makeover poured upon you. Your true self emerges from the waters of love. There comes a clearing in the forest. You arise from the waters of life to the high being you always were and did not know about. Even so, you may have had vague stirrings of a higher awareness. You hid them away, good boy or good girl, as you were trained to be. You are not a wild creature who had to be trained with admonishment. All you had to do was have role models to follow. You were trained. Love was on the back burner. Results were exalted. Truth was underplayed. And this was the story you read, and this was the story you lived, and this was the story you went along with until one day, truth begins to dawn on you. You can't put off truth forever. The truth is good. The truth is always what you wanted, and you were not always privy to. You may have been forced to me, indentured to me, which is not quite the same as coming to me. Yet now you know in whose arms you are. Yet now you know you abide with me. Now you know I rise and shine in your heart. What else is there, beloveds, but you and I, ever true to the oneness of love? Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. heavenletters.org